Hey folks, how's it going? Silent Tech here, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of tech news about Ryzen 3000 and a few other little things. And let's get to it. Right after our sponsor. Oh, yeah, don't have a sponsor. Today's a little bit different. As you can see, we're outside because quite frankly it's too much of a nice day to stay inside. So I wanted to talk about the Ryzen 3000 lineup. So at CES and Computex and at E3 we got given the full lineup of the Ryzen processors. So that ranges from the Ryzen 3 3200G, the Ryzen 5 3400G, Ryzen 6 3600 and its X variant, Ryzen 7 3700X, Ryzen 7 3800X, and Ryzen 9 3900X. We also learned of their 16 core chip called the Ryzen 9 3950X, which is releasing later this year. Now this isn't old news. In fact, this has been out for about a month now. What is new is that a filing with the Eurasian Economics Commission was by AMD was seen to have listings for a Ryzen 5 3500, Ryzen 7 3700 non-X, and Ryzen 9 3900 non-X. Now the leak so far seems to indicate that for the most part they're going to be keeping the same cores and thread counts as their next counterparts. But in the case of the Ryzen 5 2500, much like with last generation's 2500X, it's looking like it might be an OEM only CPU, which means you cannot buy it unless you buy a pre-built from, say, Dell, HP, you know, those sort of people. And of course we don't know how many cores and threads that one might have, whether that's 6 cores 12 or 4 cores 8. Either one's possible. Now the TDP that is listed on this rumor site by TechRadar, or at least that's the source I got my information from, seems to indicate that the 3900 non-X, so the Ryzen 9 3900, is a 65 watt TDP part, which I don't think makes that much sense, considering that its non-X counterpart is, sorry, its X counterpart is a much higher TDP part. So it doesn't really make that much sense to me personally. Yeah. So again, these are rumors, so they could just be placeholders for future chips that they plan to do. I don't know. So along with these filings, there's also been a listing for the Pro variants. So the Ryzen 7 Pro, or so Ryzen Pro 7 3700, Ryzen Pro 5 3600, and Ryzen 9 Pro 3900X. Sorry, 3900. Now these Pro chips are designed for secure workstations, I guess, because they feature a memory encryption within the actual silicon. So yeah, I don't know too much about it. What I do know is that as a consumer, it's not really geared towards the mainstream. It's more for the like I said, the more secure workstations, which is fine by me. Okay, so I also wanted to talk about Intel's 10 nanometer CPUs that are set to come out at the end of this year. Now, so if you're an Intel user hoping to get one of these 10 nanometer CPUs, unfortunately you're still a little bit out of luck. These 10 nanometer Ice Lake processors are only for laptops at the moment, but when they come out we should be able to extrapolate how well the desktop variants of that will perform. As with previous generations, the mobile variants do have are somewhat similar to their desktop variants, but obviously just less powerful. So there was also some leaks on the Intel discrete GPUs. Now I don't know if this is true. So apparently in their latest display driver, they had a line of code that seemed to be a identifier of something new, something different, and it featured the letters DG, which everyone seemed to be guessing that it means discrete graphics compared to Intel's integrated variants, and various other things. So you had a number that changed between 512, 256 and 128, which people are speculating to be execution units, much like what CUDA cores are to NVIDIA and stream processors are to AMD, just a different name. There's also, of these three variants that we apparently have found, there seems to be another identifier within the string of numbers and letters. There is the letters LP and HP, and everyone seems to be speculating that LP means low performance or low power, and of course HP means either high performance and high power, or high power. Now, we don't know anything about these yet. The Intel Z GPUs are not set to even be released, I believe, until 2021. So these are all literally just speculation, guessing, and you know, those awesome people who dive through driver code to find these things, which I think is just amazing. Alright, thank you for watching. Please leave a like if you liked the video, or a dislike if you didn't. Feel free to comment down below with any questions you may have. Click the subscribe button if you want more tech videos coming your way, and I'll catch us all in the next one.